It shocked Mexico, the 17th of October 2019, the day the Sinaloa cartel turned out like an army with a devastating array of firepower. They subjugated the Mexican military itself and took over the streets of Culiacan. This man says he was there, fighting with the cartel. We're talking about their weapons.
Were most of the people there on the side of the cartel armed with American guns then?
Yes, of course, because all of the arms that we use here are from the other side of the border.
He's a hitman, a soldier for organized crime, one of the many across Mexico responsible for a record murder rate.
How difficult would it be to do your job if there wasn't this free flow of arms coming from the United States?
It would be hard because the U.S. is the chief supplier. That's where we get the new exclusive guns we need.
Of the guns that have been seized in Mexico and traced, 70% come from the United States. There's a reason. It's hard to get a gun legally in Mexico. The regulations are extremely strict. Not so in the US. And cartels use straw buyers in gun shops and shows to get Glocks, AK-47s, R-15s and even machine guns. It's this man's job to smuggle them across the border.
The truth is that it's very easy to get them across. We do hide them in the upholstery or where we can, but the customs agents here don't really focus on that, on searching you. They never search the car.
We saw that for ourselves when we made the journey from the US into Mexico on a busy Thursday night. There were no passport controls, we saw no border officers, and just 2 customs officials checked a sea of cars.
We're already through, we're into Mexico.
A lack of vigilance which is hard to reconcile with Mexico's concerns.
The most worrying issue in Mexico are the guns. The guns that we saw in Culiacan were impressive. I want to propose again that using the latest technology from both countries, we can stop the arms traffic at the border.
We asked for an interview with Mexico's foreign ministry and its customs agency too, to discuss those border security plans. We didn't hear back. Meanwhile, quantities of weapons continue to be brought across. They're stashed in a multitude of safe houses on arrival. The gun runners in charge of this one, in a suburb of the border town Mexicali.
When we come back with guns, they can stay here a day or 2, and then our people come to get them. When everything is ready, they take them away.
They're distributed throughout the country. Being caught with one should mean jail time. But if the gun runners get stopped by local police, there's a simple solution.
As they say here, with money the dog dances. We sort it all out with cash, and then we each go our own way. I don't know you, and you don't know me.
The guns make their way to the cartel soldiers, the same ones that battled and beat Mexican authorities on the 17th of October.
This confrontation between the cartel and the government in Culiacan, that wouldn't have happened if the Sinaloa cartel hadn't had this easy access to weapons, no?
Yes, it would have happened, but obviously, as you say, it would have been hard for us without that number of weapons. I mean, we probably wouldn't have beaten them if it wasn't so easy to get hold of the guns.
The Mexican forces' humiliation then, an indirect consequence of lean US gun regulations and this country's insufficient border security. But there are other consequences too, more intimate ones, for the thousands of victims of Mexico's shootings. In part 2, we'll tell their stories. John Holman, Al Jazeera, Mexicali.